yeah! What's going on, guys? It's Kyle and AJ. We're back fighting a dropship. This piece of shit's got nothing on us.
So we're talking about G4, and so what I was gonna say was like, you know, we're both big fans of like Colin and Greg at Kind of Funny.
Absolutely, but Adam Sessler was my first love.
Right, and that's what I was, you know, leading to. Like G4 was like that to me. Like that was the first time I ever like watched people in the industry and like they informed my game purchases and stuff like that. Like I would watch an X-Play review and that was gospel to me.
It was. It absolutely was.
Adam Sessler would be like, this game's fucking trash. I wouldn't buy it.
That 2-hour block where they would do 2 X-Plays and then Attack of the Show. And like that was my...
See, I wasn't a big Attack of the Show fan.
Oh, no?
But I loved X-Play. And then they retooled it a bunch of times.
Yeah.
And then it turned into Attack of the Show and it sucked. And I stopped
Well, the thing
watching.
was that I stopped watching it right after Adam Sessler left.
Well, yeah.
Adam Sessler left and I was
He was the reason to watch it.
It was. Not that I dislike Morgan Webb.
I like her.
And Chris Hardwick was on the show every now and then, too. And he was also on Attack of the Show every now and then. I like, you know, but I like Morgan Webb, but for me... Adam Sessler was always far more...
He was the reason to watch. Well, originally, he was the only guy on X-Play.
Yeah.
When it was on Tech TV.
When it was extended play.
Yeah. Back in the olden days, it was just him. And I like Morgan Webb. I like them working together. They had funny bits. Like
Absolutely.
I thought the X-Play was a great like comedy show.
It was, but it also
Secret Agent Bob and Steve.
Secret Agent Bob.
That shit was so fucking funny. I go back to that every now and then.
2 of the finest official, unofficial Splinter Cells. God, I reference that constant.
Yeah.
Like, well,
Navy SEALs!
Navy SEALs!
Navy SEALs! Like, that shit was funny.
The X-Play board.
Oh my god. I still look these songs up.
Absolutely.
Like...
dude, I recently went back and I watched a couple episodes of X-Play because somebody uploaded them all, right? And they uploaded a bunch of them, but they uploaded the recording with the commercials from the time.
Well, that's kind of cool,
it was so cool because you're watching the episode and then all of a sudden it cuts to a commercial break and it's the commercials from when the show was on air. So it's like, you know, early 2000s commercials.
That's kind of cool.
You know, early to mid 2000s commercials. And they are so different. And it, you know, honestly, that show, like going back and watching it, really makes you appreciate how far video quality has come in the last like 4 or 5 years.
Really?
Absolutely. Like those shows visually do not look the best anymore, like quality wise. But that's because like now video quality has like jumped up in scale and availability and like ease of like of viewing, you know, like I guess like you know, like there was HD back then, but it was like really expensive.
Right.
It was cost prohibitive. You know, like not many people got to experience it. Now everyone can. In the last 4 or 5 years, you know, like it's just jumped up so tremendous. How did that door open? Oh, it's Makarov.
Oh, good.
What's going on, brother?
So,
but yeah, so like X-Play, just like Adam Sessler, when he and then when he was on Rev 3 Games, I watched every single thing about that he was in.
I've always thought he was. I've always agreed with his opinions.
Absolutely. Even if I didn't agree with his opinions, I really appreciated the way he enunciated his opinions.
Yes, I always agreed, or I could understand where he was coming from.
Or articulated, I guess.
Yeah, he was always... I always liked listening to his stance on things.
Absolutely.
And
just like the same way I like Colin Moriarty and Greg Miller.
Yeah, like I always kind of throw them in the same bucket because all those 3 people kind of they reflect.
Absolutely.
Well, especially because they kind of shaped my views on, or at least Adam Sessler.
Your sensibilities.
Did. Like,
your sensibilities.
I would play games because Adam Sessler told me to.
Yep.
You know, he's like, this is a good game. You know, I'm like, all right, fuck, I'll
Dude,
play it. Or I played that game and then I saw him review it. I'm like, fuck yeah.
When you think back on the reviews Adam Sessler has done, what are the reviews that you think about? Like, what is the review of Adam Sessler that you're like, this is my favorite review of his?
Oh, God, that's a hard one off the top of my head. The only one I watched recently that I can think of was when he reviewed Killzone 2 or 3, and it was interesting because he was in it. He was talking about how people were saying, "Oh, you're gonna give this game this score because you know they paid you or whatever," and then he went on this tirade about like I have integrity, you know. And like
when you're done with that, I got a different thing.
Okay, like it was just such a good because I really hate it when people say reviewers are paid off.
I fucking hate that
like
shit.
they didn't
fucking hate it.
The thing is, they most of these people, or at least like Colin, Greg, I would like to think they have integrity. They're not gonna say Uncharted's a 10 because someone gave them money to.
No,
they're like, this game is that good. That's why it gets a 10. You know, like that. And I just hate when trolls are, I didn't like this game, so you got paid. Like even with Call of Duty, they're not taking money to give that a good. They are good. They are objectively good games. They are good games. If you don't like them, that's fine. I don't really like them that much,
but they're good games
for the multiplayer at least. I think like that's the single player is fine.
The single player is always fun.
It's always fun. And that's what games are supposed to be,
exactly.
So if it gets an 8, who gives a fuck? It's a fun game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely.
Like, who gives a shit? You don't have to play it. Nobody's telling you to buy it. Well, so I've always hated that.
Absolutely.
But so I really just loved when he went off on that little bit, like saying, I have integrity. Like, the fact that you have the gall to say otherwise is,
fuck you.
Yeah, like it was such a, and he is such a wordsmith.
Oh my god.
The way he worded it was just...
Well, like, beautiful. And that's what I loved about watching Sessler Soapbox.
Oh, I love.
I would wait in anticipation for every Sessler Soapbox.
Those were so good.
But the review that I think of, and I still go back and I watch this review, even though I've played the game now like 3 or 4 times, just because his review was so well put together, it was edited beautifully. The way he watched, the way he articulated what he was saying about the game, to me, truly defines what I love about the game too.
Really?
Like in almost if I had to try and explain what this game was,
is it for a Halo game?
It's not.
Oh,
Bioshock Infinite.
Really?
His review of Bioshock Infinite.
I think you told me to watch it, and I think I did.
It sits with me, and same thing with Last of Us. When his Last of Us review, and both of which, by the way, are Rev 3. Is Rev 3 reviews? But
I think I did see those. Yeah, his now I'm kind of remembering the Bioshock one. That one is a very good review.
Even if you have no interest in the game, if you have no...
That is a good game, though.
It's a great game.
That is such a good game.
Such a good game. But even if you have no interest in the game, no interest in Adam Sessler, if you just want to see a really great breakdown of why a game is a piece of art.
Yeah.
The Bioshock
He's
Infinite
always
review,
been very good at explaining why.
I love it.
If a game is really good, he is always been good at explaining, this is why gaming is art.
Exactly.
Or at least games like this are.
See, I would honestly, I would be totally into it if Kind of Funny did video reviews like that. I mean, I know it's really hard to do that because it's a lot of work to do video reviews like that. But man, would I be into that?
God, yeah.
Can you imagine?
I wish Adam Sessler was with them.
Right?
Oh
my god,
so
dude! Did you know that he was on an episode of the podcast?
I saw it because when
he was promoting Friday the 13th.
When I was watching, because I was watching their preview for their new studio or whatever.
Yeah.
And they were flipping through, and I saw Sessler, and I'm like, I missed an episode with Sessler in it because I haven't really I haven't been following them religiously.
Oh, see,
I should be because I've always loved Colin and Greg.
I'm a Patreon supporter.
So
on Kind of Funny Games and Kind of Funny.
Oh, both.
Yeah.
I always thought it was weird that they have 2 separate ones, but I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've started to watch their stuff more now because today I watched their top 10 PlayStation 4 games. From PS I Love You.
Yes.
It just came out today.
I haven't listened to it yet.
It's good.
It's in my I already downloaded
their
it.
Number one's very predictable, but
it's probably Uncharted.
I won't spoil it. But
probably Uncharted.
I really
3.
don't think there's any other game that could go in a number 1 spot.
Yeah.
I would assume it's both their number 1 game is, the same as probably both of our number 1 game on the system, which is Uncharted, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's Uncharted. Uncharted 4. Uncharted 4.
That game is
hands down.
I mean, we don't need to jerk it off anymore than we already have.
It's just PS4 games.
Yep.
So yeah, it would be Uncharted 4 then. I'm sorry.
Oh, fuck.
Uncharted 4, man. I could jerk that game off for just hours.
Forever.
For hours.
I mean, we already did. Well, I lived for half an hour.
For half an hour. I could have gone for another hour in that review, man.
We could have went through that whole fucking game play by play.
I totally could.
We should just do a fucking Let's Play for it at this point.
And it's just us praising it the whole time.
It's just oh man, this fucking part, I love it.
Oh man, you love that part when he jumps from the cliff and lands on his fingertips? Oh, I love it.
Remember that part where the clock tower falls apart?
Oh, so good.
Like, God, that whole fucking. Oh God, now I'm like dick's getting hard. Like,
dude, right?
It's getting weird.
But Uncharted 4, I think will sit with me as one of the greatest games I've ever played.
Yep.
You know, and like
hands down.
Like I put that in the same pantheon as Bioshock, Bioshock Infinite. You know, like
Resident Evil 4.
Well, now
I almost got you to say it.
No.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
That made my day.
Almost. I didn't say it, though.
I know, but
I didn't say it.
So close.
I was close, though. You almost caught me.
Oh, fuck.
But,
more of these fuckers? God. Go away.
But yeah, like, I don't know, like, X-Play, Attack the Show. Like, I would come home from school, and that would be the first thing I'd turn on. Yep. I'd sit there and watch my shows, and then I'd go and play Halo 3 for the next 8 hours. And
what were some of your favorite, like, sketches that they've done?
I really love
like
Drunk
themed
Link.
shows. Oh man,
the musical episode is great.
That one is so good. Or the zombie one where he kills a zombie with a plastic sword, and he's like, "Wow, that's really impressive. You killed a zombie with a plastic sword." And like, took a long time.
Ratty was one of my favorite characters.
Oh, fucking Ratty! Like the Star Wars episode at the end when Ratty was Darth Sidious.
Yes,
and he's like, "Anger leads to hate."
The Emperor needs a job. That
really?
one. If you haven't seen it,
Oh
you need
God.
to check out The Emperor Needs a Job. Like that one, I go back and watch that one often. I'm afraid all the runways will be quite occupied when your plane arrives. Please help, we're going down. We need help. Now, young pilot, you will die. No!
Like, oh man, those.
How did you get that job?
Fucking good.
Anytime
Bob and Steve was always my favorite.
Bob and Steve is
like,
so good,
hands down. That was. I would always like because a lot of my friends didn't watch X-Play, so I'd always be like telling them about like the funny like bits and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, this was internet wasn't really. This was like back in like elementary school for me. Like we didn't go on the internet that often. Not everybody had it.
I didn't
and you couldn't
exist
really,
in that culture
and you
yet.
really couldn't watch X-Play on the internet as far as I do.
No.
Because that's still the early days of the internet. So I'd be like, oh man, so there's this
early
really
days,
funny,
as in like early for us at least.
yeah,
like,
early for us.
because like there were
not a lot of
obviously
people
the
had
internet had been around for a
computers,
while,
and the internet kind of sucked, and stuff like that.
Is this Dead by Daylight?
Ugh.
You see them coming up around like
Yeah,
the corner
right.
there? Like what the hell?
Fuck. But yeah, so like I'd be going through like the Bob and Steve bit. I was like, oh, and then
so
the turret kills him. He's like, Navy SEAL,
Navy SEALs, and like I used to be able to quote those lines.
Oh my God.
like by verbatim. I can't anymore, but.
I now like probably when I get home I'm gonna go watch like 3 Bob and Steve episodes. I like what about the one when they watch like a porn or something and then they get like there's like an email.
Yeah, I can't remember.
God, I remember it being really fucking funny, but I can't really remember the. God, I think that should be our homework. Is we go watch a bunch of these and then we just
Agent
start
Bob,
quoting. And that's
Special
the
Agent
viewers'
Steve.
homework too. Is go watch a bunch of Special Agent Bob, Secret Agent Steve, and then then when we make references, the kids will understand what's happening.
So go do that right now, right after you like, share, comment, subscribe our video.
Yeah.
Go watch Agent Bob and Steve.
Yep.
And we're not gonna watch it yet. So next episode we're not gonna know.
We're not gonna be in the know, but this way you'll be ready.
But you'll be ready for when we are.
Yeah.
For the next recording session.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a good idea.
I think that's a great idea. All right.
All right. Listeners,
check us back later.
You have an assignment. Go do it.
Peace.